And we're back. Shed's open, but we're not there. So here's part 5 of the Toro. The other day I didn't get a chance to do another part video because, well, kind of got busy. It's the spot. Brought it over here, got it all washed up. Update on the battery. I took it up to the shop, had it put on the actual car charger, and they kept saying sulfating. So we dropped it on the floor a couple times. We got it up to 6.5 volts, but the battery, it's starting to bulge a little bit. So, I was told maybe try trickle charging it. Maybe I'll take it a little slower. I looked up on Amazon. The cheapest one is $21. But I need, first before I do that, I need to check to see if all this is any good. And yes, I did get it to run. It does run. I guess I'll get that in another video because I won't have to. Should have brought out my other camera, which is out in the bedroom. But yeah, Walmart brand Dawn dish soap works great on stuff like this because if you remember, the whole front, this area was all nothing but oil. And as you can see, it's gone. I should have done it while I had this off, but you don't see in there. I did change the spark plug again. And it went with one that would look a little nicer on the outside, and it wouldn't run with it. It just kept backfiring. So I put the one that I got it running in back in. But yes, it does run. Self-propelled goes. I don't have the list here. Nothing I could do about the bars. I mean, the other bars I would have to drill would fit this, but it doesn't have the holes for this. So I'd have to drill holes. I was like, nah. I did fix the belt cover underneath, so that's done. Not changing the oil because it looks good. I do want to get an air filter for it, the one that's in it from the green one. And the only other thing is this thing. I mean, see, I hold it there, and technically it will stay running. It does. So you have to. There's nothing wrong with the cable. I think it's the spring, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna have to deal with that because I don't have the right size spring unless I take it off the green mower, and I'm not doing it, and the screws don't match, but they hold the top on. Yeah, honestly, I think it came out pretty clean. Oh, I did change 3 out of 4 wheels. This front wheel was on that side. The other wheel that goes with these 3, the gears are stripped out on it, so it wouldn't. I can't use it. So I got 3 out of 4 good wheels on it, which is fine. Only other thing I want to do is I want to get the other back guard off the other deck, and I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do that yet, because this doesn't have that. So I guess the next thing, besides letting the water dry up, I want to go get my backup battery, somehow connect it. I don't know how I'm going to connect it to this, but I was told I can use the jump box, 12 volts, but I do need to test it. I was going to test it by jumping it from the starter, but then, well, yeah, the starter works. Yeah, okay, yeah, the starter works. Go buy a battery, put a battery in it. Good, pull the handle back and hit the key. Nothing. Because there's something in here that doesn't, something in here is not working. That's what I'm saying. I want to be able to test it by the key before I buy a battery. No, I may not buy a battery. Because if I buy a battery, that means I gotta find a charger for it. Well, like I said, which gets plugged in down here. Oh, I gotta take it apart right where my finger is, where the charging port is. Well, yeah, that's what it looks like, all cleaned up. Like I said, I did miss a spot there, but it's a lawnmower. What do you expect? It's gonna get dirty anyways. I just wanted to get that oil off there. I'm pretty positive that oil came through the cylinder. The other thing I want to do, which would probably be in another video because I have to wait like 3 minutes for it to come up, is get my I forget what it's called, but I want to put the camera in the cylinder and see what all that looks. I do that to all my lawnmowers, so I need to do that to this one to see what the cylinder, how good the cylinder is. Because what gives it away that it has a lot of hours on it is those wheels. I mean, I've never seen, I've only seen it made less than a handful full of lawnmower wheels being that worn out. So I want to see it, the engine, let's try to get an idea of what the cylinder looks like. Yeah, I mean, here in a little bit, I'm going to probably start it up to get more of the water off, but that will have to be in another video. I might do that in a video when I actually test it, because I haven't ran it no more than 10 minutes at a time, at most, and maybe less than 10 minutes. So I don't know how it's going to do mowing, because unfortunately, our landlord's brother has mowed the grass last week, so, and I was planning on testing it, mowing and testing it. You could tell the bars are a little cockeyed. Plus, they're not, they are a little bent here, so. Not much to really talk about. I do have an extra one of these, but it's all faded. And this is a little bent. But hey, I'm not complaining. It's working, so. Yeah, like I said, it came up pretty clean. And the other reason why I wanted to clean it is if I ever had to sell it, which I'm not planning on it because it's so nice. I need to have something nice for myself. Every time when I get something nice for myself, I end up selling it. Well, yeah. I don't even remember what, I know what kind of engine it had. It had me a brand spanking new. It only had like, I don't know, less than 2 or 3 hours on it. Boy, it had an hour on it. Guy called me up, was interested in one of my lawnmowers for sale. You know, my ad back then, this was probably about 10 years ago, coming up on that. Wanted to buy one of my mowers. I said, okay. He's like, well, can you take, ask me for, if I could take any money off. And I told him, you could trade in your old lawnmower for a discount. And then he says, well, I got this one I bought new and used it like twice, maybe 3 times, and quit running. So I was like, okay. I was like, I don't even remember how much I was asking, more than 50, 60. So I told him, I said, I'll take $15 off, like I did this one, because it looked nice. I should have zoomed in the pictures on these more. But anywho, he brings the lawnmower over. Heck. Hold on, no. Brings the lawnmower over. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do 15. Okay, so, he gives me my money. Gives me the lawnmower, I give him his, So take the lawnmower to my shed, my shop. Pulled it, which would be broke. Wouldn't start. Put gas in the car, started, died. It's one of those new Briggs and Strattons with the plastic carburetors. I had 2 of those motors in my junkyard for parts because they were missing. They both had a cracked block at one of the bolts, engine mounts, in the same spot. One of them did run because I did put JB Weld on the one and made it run, but it just to see what would happen. It ran good, so I ended up taking the carburetor off of that and putting it on this one, not this lawnmower, but the one in the story. And I was like, you know what? I need a good push mower for myself instead of having, like, the... I was saying the Murray's bad. Need something newer. That way, you know, I have something new. That way I can use... That's what this one's for. This one's going to get used for, say, hey, someone calls, say, hey, I got, you know, quarter of an acre, you know, say, okay, $50. Boom, in the car, go mow it. Well, here's where the story of the camper came in. I was selling stuff, you know, fix and selling. You know, I just needed a couple more bucks to get the camper. Well, I sold that lawnmower to help pay for the camper. Now, that's it. So thank you for watching. If you have a comment, please leave one and subscribe. And you'll see a lot more videos of this, I hope.